Hello, fairy followers. I want to talk about this eclipse that's happening today, just happened. Um, it's kind of like the peak of this very much larger arc that we've been in. So, back in 2007, things started shifting. And that shift was leading us up to the peak of 2012. And 2012 was the peak of like all the old structures breaking away, moving into a new way of being. But this, of course, takes a lot of time. So we have 2012 is kind of the peak of everything breaking up. And then 2012 to now has been this kind of, we had like this whole time of just chaos right after 2012. And then we moved into sorting through the chaos and trying to find like the best parts of the rubble. Finding the pieces that still work and getting ready to build from those. So all the way up until this point has been a lot of finding those pieces that work, finding out who we are as our authentic selves, finding out what it is we really want to do on this earth. It can take many forms. But so now everyone has been brought to clarity. Like this is now we're getting to this point of real clarity, and that's what the peak was today with the eclipse. And so from here on out, for the next really 5 years, but especially the next 18 months, is the seeds you've been planting, the things you've been working on. Now we start to see stuff coming together. Now it's easier to plan. Now it's easier to build things, to create things, where before it was really like trudging uphill. And now we're headed downhill, so it's easier. I'm not saying there isn't going to be more chaos, especially on the larger world structure. I think personally, people who are working on their stuff, who are kind of more in the New Age mindset, the idea of being aware, we are on one kind of curve, and the rest of the consciousness is kind of behind us. It takes, as a collective consciousness, it takes longer to catch up with the individual consciousness. So the collective consciousness is still kind of heading a little bit more towards that peak, and especially by the end of the year, I think it's more when it will be peaking. We'll be seeing a lot. So we'll still be seeing a lot of chaos, especially on like the world stage, the government, the national stage, things like that. So be aware of that. It's just going to be easier for you to move through the chaos. But before it was so intense and so hard, and now it's like we've hit that peak intensity, and it's going to start feeling easier and easier as you go along. So as we're moving out of this, now is a time for manifesting, because it's about the seeds you've already planted or seeds you're wanting to plant, wherever you are in that creation process, about those becoming to fruition and happening very quickly. So the more that you can bring your focus into looking at what you want to create instead of anything negative or feeling blocked, really focus on what you want to create. It's happening faster now. I'm going to actually post today manifesting meditation that you can listen to that I find has helped a lot. But I do want to say that this larger arc, really, like I said, it's another 5 years. So we're looking at 2022 before we get to the kind of end of this, and there's going to be a little bit more of a leveling. We just chose to be part of this time around. So, good for you for helping the universe and the mass consciousness evolve in this way. And it can be very hard. It can be hard to move through the chaos. It can be hard to deal with the intensity, the upheavals. It's hard to always face our stuff, face our fears, face the old wounds that are living within us from even our ancestors. So the more that we do that, the more that we can find that place of clearing out the old feelings and pushing past our fears and limits into something bigger. the easier it's going to be for you to draw in what you want, to attract in things that resonate with who you are authentically. So yeah, so good job for being your authentic self. And if you like, if I do this right, hopefully I'll do this right. I'm not the most technically sound person. I'm going to link and have in the description the link to the manifesting meditation. I'll be uploading that first. So you can go there and work on manifesting your dreams. We'll see you next week.